We are joined now by Jennifer Araoza's attorney, Kimberly Lerner. Thanks for joining me tonight.
My pleasure.
Before we get to the legalities, at bottom, what is this suit about? Why does it matter?
This is about Jennifer having her day in court and getting justice. Since Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, she will never have the closure of confronting him in a court of law. However, she's still going to go forward and go after his accomplices and go after help the U.S. attorney, if she can, help bring justice to all the victims.
You think about what he's accused of doing, what your lawsuit then builds on in alleged details, and your client had already said she didn't just want to see him out of his townhouse or being held before trial, but wanted to see justice done, which in her view was she was hoping for a conviction and a lengthy jail sentence. As you say, the death extinguishes that. Here she was talking about that. Let's hear her words.
Okay.
What would justice look like to you?
Justice for me would be for him really to spend the rest of his life in prison and make sure that people like this, are not allowed, to harm young kids.
Can you tell us how she views his suicide? Does she view it as apparent suicide is the DOJ's term of art? Does she view it as denying that justice? Does she view it as cowardly?
At first there was an element of relief because she did give up her anonymity, and there was a bail package that they were proposing, and there was always that fear that he would get out of jail. Obviously, that sense of relief was quickly taken over by anger, bitterness, disappointment. He took the cowardly way out. And she will never get to face him eye to eye and say, you hurt me, you victimized me, I was a child. She has to live with this for the rest of her life. And he took the easy way out.
The last thing is, as promised, the legalities. You work in a field that has a lot of bad news, a lot of tragedy. And a lot of folks watch these programs and watch this news and they say, okay, it seems like things are just terrible. And for many people, including according to your client's testimony, it is obviously terrible. And yet, there are policy changes that have even made this suit possible, which many advocates like yourselves say are an improvement. Explain that and why that means we're here now.
We're here because of the Children's Victims Act. That was passed on February 14, 2019, but went into effect today. And what this allows people like Jennifer to do is a one-year look back on the statute of limitations, whereas her claim has been time barred for many, many years. There are 365 days where anybody of any age can sue their abusers. And that's a big deal. That creates a mechanism for redress, and it hopefully will help the healing process for those people suffering in silence.
Yeah, and that's a big change, and as you're spotlighting and educating us about a change that a lot of folks said was long overdue. Kimberly Lerner, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.